friends, welcome to our read aloud for March 25th. Today we are reading House, Sweet House by Judith Bauer Stamper. And I'm pretty sure you guys remember this book. We have read this book a couple of times before for our building study. So we're going to read it again. And I think we read a book this week by Judith Bauer Stamper already. Can you guys remember, or do you remember what book that was? You got it. Buildings, Buildings, Buildings. And this book doesn't have an illustrator either. And why isn't there an illustrator with this book? Exactly. Good job, guys. Real pictures. So House, Sweet House by Judith Bauer Stamper. Families live in all kinds of houses. There are big houses, little houses, plain houses, and houses in all colors of the rainbow. No matter what it looks like, a family's house is its home. Houses are built for just one family. Other buildings contain homes for many people. In the city, many families may live in one tall apartment building. In a small town, families often live in separate houses with their neighbors close by. In the country, a family living in a farmhouse might be the only family for miles around. And Zachary told us that he visits the country a lot, and that's where his grandparents live. He said they live on a farm. Houses come in different shapes. Some are square, some are round, and some are a surprise. An A-frame house, shaped like an A, like the letter A, has a long sloped roof that goes all the way to the ground. A-frames are often built in snowy areas because snow slides right off. So that house is shaped just like the letter A. In one part of China, people live in tulos. A tulo is an O-shaped building with apartments circling the center. Some houses on the edge of the desert are shaped like beehives with people living inside. See those beehives? And there's the O-shaped tulo. People sometimes build houses out of whatever they find close at hand. In rocky places, people gather up stones, stack them on top of each other, and make sturdy houses that last a long time. That reminds me of the Three Little Pigs, because in the Three Little Pigs, they built houses of whatever they could find on their journey. In dry places, people mix together mud and straw, shape it into walls, and build houses from earth. On tropical islands, people turn palm trees into cool, leafy houses that let the breeze blow through. Almost anywhere, near the water, under the ground, and up in treetops. People along rivers build their houses on stilts to keep their families high and dry. And I remember the last time we read this, we were like, we don't think we want to live in a house on the water, but sometimes people just can't help where they live. Some people live underground in houses that are hidden from sight. Other people build houses high up in the treetops to stay safe from wild animals. They got a treehouse house. House in the treetops. Most houses stay in one place, but some houses can travel along wherever a family goes. Sheep herders in Mongolia live in houses called yurts. White tents that can be taken down, folded up, and carried to a new place. So that's a yurt, a tent that can be taken down, folded up, and carried with them. People who live on houseboats can anchor their home at a dock or travel up and down a river. There are even houses on wheels. Families can drive their mobile homes anywhere and have their houses with them when they stop. Long ago in America, houses looked very different from the kinds of houses we live in today. Native Americans built houses that fit their way of life. Those who traveled the Great Plains lived in teepees, and they could move them with them when they hunted buffalo. And remember, buffalo is like a, sort of like a cow, like a big old animal. They live out in the wild. Some Native Americans build dome-shaped dwellings out of thatched grass, that's grass stuck together. And settlers who came to America built log cabins in the woods. They cut down trees, notched the end of logs, and stacked them up to make warm wooden houses. And remember, where else have we seen or heard of a log cabin? Do you guys remember? We have log cabins, logs in our block area, and then we learned about log cabin in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So good memory, guys. Good job. You guys remember what house this was? Awesome, the White House. Some houses are famous all over the world because important people live there. The White House in Washington, D.C. is the home of the President of the United States and the First Family. Buckingham Palace is the London home of the King or Queen of England. Visitors come to watch the changing of the guard, and the Forbidden City stands in Beijing and is now a museum. Long ago, it was the Imperial Palace of Chinese emperors. And remember, we said a museum or a monument is something that you can go visit that celebrates history. And it could have happened yesterday or years before we were born. Houses give people protection, comfort, and warmth. A tent in the Sahara Desert has sides that can roll up to catch a breeze or roll down when there's a sandstorm. So right now they have the sides down. So maybe there was a storm or there's a sandstorm coming. In the freezing weather of the Arctic, an igloo made of snow can become a temporary home for hunters and travelers. A house with a burning fireplace can make a family feel cozy and comfortable. And some of my friends said that they have a fireplace in their house. Places to eat, sleep, work, and play. Kitchens are busy places in homes all over the world. Families make everything from burritos and biryanis to barbecue. I love barbecue. Everyone has a chore to do around the house. Did you guys do your chores today? It might be sweeping the steps, feeding the chickens, or doing the dishes. At night, a house is where you snuggle up, fall asleep, and have sweet dreams. He's helping Dad with the dishes, and those sisters are snuggled up and having sweet sleep and sweet dreams. There are all kinds of houses, and there are all kinds of families. Families are what make a house a home. It's a nice family right there. Where do you live, and what is special about your house? So they live in, it looks like in the side of a rock or side of a mountain. So what is special about you guys' house? I know the last time we read this, we talked about some of our friends living in apartments, and some of our friends live in houses, some live in townhouses. Miss Robbins lives in a regular house in a neighborhood, so it's just a one family home. So that was House, Sweet House by Judith Bauer Stamper. Thanks so much for being great listeners, guys. Bye.